This was a good episode to catch up on because it's all about the Mustard of Rohan.
Oh, God.
Wow. I'm
Welcome
actually pretty impressed with that.
This is clearly a chapter all about what Middle-earth hot dogs were like.
Middle-earth condiments.
Yes. The Muster of Rohan was an interesting chapter. There's a lot to discuss.
But once again, we're just sort of like pulling everyone together, setting everything up because the shit's about to hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. For sure, there's some moments in this chapter that are absolutely awesome. And there are definitely moments where I think J.R.R. Tolkien phoned it in a little bit.
He fell asleep while writing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, you guys are...
Either way, we are going to talk about tonight's chapter, which is chapter 3 of book 5, The Return of the King. Things are really kicking off plot-wise. We're on the precipice of war, and there are many pieces that are moving.
Yeah.
And I think in some ways I'm getting a little lost in the movements. My first note is, where are we?
Oh my God, that's mine too.
Really?
Where the fuck are they?
What's my first point? Where is Mary
Where
right
is
now?
Mary? What's your first point?
She's like, I read and understood this book.
Oh, it's an in-depth thing about Theoden's speech to the men.
Let me ask you guys a question, though. Would it help if somebody summarized the chapter?
Yes, I think it
Perhaps.
probably would.
Cool. All right, Laura.
All right. We'll start. All right, let's go. Chapter 3.
Oh my God, could you imagine? I don't know where the fuck we are.
Yeah. Last episode, we talked about Chapter 2, The Passing of the Grey Company. After Gandalf takes off with Pippin, the rest of the group, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and Merry, depart for Edoras with Theoden's men. On the road, they meet some rangers from the north, Aragorn's kin, and 2 of Elrond's sons. They deliver a message that Aragorn must take the paths of the dead and a tall staff. Merry pledges his allegiance to Theoden, and the hunters and rangers depart after Aragorn taunts Sauron in the Palantir. In Dunharrow, Éowyn begs to join their party, but Aragorn cannot allow it. Finally, they take a harrowing journey through the haunted mountain on the path of the dead, and Aragorn, Isildur's heir, summons the dead Oathbreakers to fulfill their oath by fighting against Sauron. Whew. There was a lot going on in that chapter.
A lot happened.
It's fucking rad.
I almost fell asleep, to be honest.
Like just now or during the chapter?
Just now.
Oh, well, fuck off.
There's that was the longest catch up we've ever had. But a lot happened. A lot happened. It was good though. Good job with that. It's hard to summarize these chapters into 30 seconds.
Yep.
Challenge accepted for next week.
There it is.
RJ has done some very, very concise ones.
Yeah, but she just gets angry at it, and then she just out of spite leave everything out of
This
it.
chapter's too
The
fucking
hobbits
long.
take the path of the mountain. Period. And then she puts. Before we dive into this chapter, I think it's important to say at Fool of a Took, we really do try to give, as much credit to Tolkien as possible. He was kind of paving a new path with literature at the time. He was inventing styles and ways of writing and this and that. And it's all great and it's all iconic. That does not mean it's perfect. So I just want to preface that because much like last week, I have some thoughts on this chapter. Not all of them are great. And I just want to give a warning to our listeners that I do respect the man's work. I just don't like it sometimes.
That's fair.
Well, you don't have to like all of it.
That's fair, right? So with that, my first note is...
Well, okay, but before you get started on that, let's review the chapter and discuss where Mary is. And then that'll contextualize everything as we go forward.
It's in the mustard.
Yes, he's in the muster. The Muster of Rohan is a great chapter. It kind of deals with a couple of big themes that you should keep in mind as we go through and stuff that probably became evident as you read the chapter. One, it's all these pieces coming together. It's the stage is set. The chapter opens with an amazing line. Now all roads were running together to the east to meet the coming of war and the onset of the shadow. That is fucking sick.
Yes.
That was a great line.
Everyone is going east. Everyone. And everybody except Frodo and Sam are going to Minas Tirith because that's where the battle's going to be. We've been told about the importance of Minas Tirith in this war against Sauron for a book and a half. And here we go. Like, this chapter does a little bit of world building. It deepens some stuff. We learn a little bit about characters we already know. But also, guys, like, you used the roller coaster analogy last time. We are right at the top. Like, hold on to your butts, kids. It's going to get wild. So where is Merry? He is with the Rohirrim on their way to the muster, the gathering of all soldiers of Rohan that Theoden ordered before they left for Helm's Deep.
Right.
He was leaving to go fight one battle, and he said, we got a bigger battle coming. Get all the boys together.
Which, by the way, muster is such a great word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, like, it really captures a sense of, like, gather everyone.
All the strength you can muster.
Yeah.
That's the only phrase I've ever heard it before, and it fits.
Yeah.
And
all the cookies that Pat could muster.
Yes. Well, and Theoden says, he's like, get everybody, all the old men, all the young men, all the tall children. They're all coming.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
what
happens.
like when you're like, which cookies do you want? He's like, get all of them.
I want the big ones, the burned ones, the small ones, the raw ones. Give them.
You just rhyme with them.
Yeah.
You start like rhyming.
And the cookies are a special kind of poetry.
I love it.
Well, to get back on track, as they ride, Merry is very much baggage, which is what he doesn't want to be. But because he's baggage, he has a lot of time to think about things. So we have this really cool moment where Merry's feeling very small in a huge world. He looks at the size of mountains and he's like, wow, these were really cool in stories, but I am so far from home and these things are terrifying. And this is just a piece of geography. It turns out water is not the only foe. Like, he's having kind of a bad existential time because he thinks about, like, oh, here I go. But where's Aragorn? Where's Legolas? Where's Gimli? Where's, oh my God, Frodo and Sam?
I forgot about them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
also Pippin. I still miss Pippin. So he's having all these thoughts as they ride along, but he breaks up these thoughts by riding with Theoden, riding next to the king, which is where Theoden wants him because, you know, he's part of the household now. And what Merry's doing is telling Theoden stories of the Shire, like his people, what they do, their tales and everything. You got to imagine this is like having a Smurf, like Papa Smurf come out of the book at you or come out of the TV at you. And he's just going to tell you all about the Smurf village. But as he's telling these stories to Theoden and as they're riding along together, everyone is kind of like, they're looking at it and they're kind of laughing and smiling, but in a good way, because it's Theoden on his big war horse. And next to him is Merry, this little tiny guy on a little tiny pony, just trotting along next to the king, telling him funny stories. And it's this heartwarming moment for the people riding with the king because it's like the king is lively. He is alive. He just fought a huge battle. He just came out of like, you know, an enchanted coma basically under
and he sat in the
Saruman.
fucking Metaceld for, I'm assuming, months to years, potentially, with
long
Wormtongue.
time.
Just not even conversing with anybody. And now he's like talking to this like baby on a pony next to him. And he's like, this is the best.
Right.
It's so joyful.
It is. It's really cool. And it's like this real humanizing, real warm moment in kind of an otherwise bleak chapter.
The end.
Yep, that's it. Good night. And as Merry is telling these stories to Theoden, he's also listening because Tolkien does a real fun thing where he ties the Rohirrim and the Shire together a little bit. Because you remember a while back we talked about like where did the Rohirrim come from? Where did Errol the Younger come from? And they came out of the north and Gondor granted them the lands that became Rohan. Well, they speak a northern language and Merry can kind of make out words or things that rhyme with words. Like he can almost understand the conversation happening around him. He's like paying attention, he's listening, and it's kind of one of those things where like you ever watch too much like German language Netflix and you're like, yeah, I know some of these words. I know some of these base words. Yeah. Because like, you know, we have so many loan words in English.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love doing that.
Right. But it's this
or
cool...
for anyone who's traveled.
Yeah.
After a couple of days in a foreign country, you start to pick up words quickly. Like so you're like bathroom and they're like baño.
Yeah.
And you're like baño.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's baño, but you know.
It is baño.
I think it's baño.
Some places.
Baggio.
Not all of them.
Banjo.
Banjo. They were telling me to play.
Buongiorno. So, but the ride comes to an end because they arrive in Dunharrow. and it's getting to be night, and it's gloomy. And as the king and the troops ride up, it's this whole fucking thing because the place is guarded. There's soldiers everywhere. But the soldiers are kind of like confused, but also super jazzed because the king is here. But wasn't he supposed to be in Isengard and or Helm's Deep or just going to Edoras? But after the Nazgul flew over them, the king had decided like, hey, I'm going to take it slow. We're going to be in the hills. We're going to hide. And that's why Aragorn and the Grey Company actually split off from them because Aragorn has no time to waste. So they rode the direct route to Dunharrow, and they got there like 2 days ahead of the king and Merry and the rest. And as for Theoden, he's like, why are all my soldiers here? What's going on? And like, oh, well, a Nazgul flew over Edoras, and Gandalf said that we should meet up here instead of out in the fields in the open, and also nobody should have any fires, and we need to keep quiet and keep secret and safe. And Theoden's like, yeah, sure, sounds great. I'm really tired. Get all the captains together, all the leaders of soldiers, bring them all up to my tent. We're going to talk about some shit because like there's no time to waste. The muster is the day after tomorrow. We're doing this.
It's a pre-planned muster.
Yes. Everyone else has had several days. The entire time we as readers were in Helm's Deep and going to Isengard and coming back and all that stuff, the rest of the country has just been like, it's the muster, arm up, grab your weapons, grab your horse, grab the kids, grab grandpa, we're going.
It's like kind of like Bilbo's birthday. Where everyone in the country is going to one place and
a much larger piece of land.
Right, and
some may not make it out alive.
Oh, well, that was probably also true of the party.
That's what,
Yeah.
Yeah, way more hams and way less murder.
So they're currently passing through Dunharrow, but the muster is taking place in Edoras, right?
No, it was supposed to take place in Edoras, but Gandalf had it moved to Dunharrow.
Oh, okay.
Because, well, Nazgul.
Jeez, Lara, keep up.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
can't.
Oh my God.
It's not like it was not like a confusing chapter.
But so they go to
what's Dunharrow?
Well, no, that's actually a question, right? Maybe
an ancient place.
Dunharrow is sort of the town at the entrance to the Paths of the Dead. So Aragorn passed through a couple of days ago.
That's where Eowyn was, right?
Eowyn is because she's still here.
Okay.
And oh boy, is she still at it. She's still dressed in armor. She's still carrying weapons. And she is incredibly sad.
Yeah.
But on their way to get to dinner, right? Because Theoden is like, I'm old, I'm tired, it is bad. I need to sit down, I need a meal, I need to talk to my captains. They have to go up this path because Dunharrow's in a valley, and the safest part is this like plateau up one of the mountain walls, basically. So they have to take this switchback road up and up and up and up and up. And Merry is just like, this is something that men cannot have created. It's like out of time. It's an ancient road, but not broken down. It's just weird and different. And that's because it's not Gondorian. It's not built by the people of Rohan either. Dunharrow is from the times before the Númenóreans came to Middle-earth.
Before Númenor.
Before Númenor.
Oh my God.
And
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Pre-Gondor.
Yeah. So is it just a secret fortress? Is it a temple? Is it a burial chamber? Nobody knows because the only way in is called the Paths of the Dead. But even to get to that part, you have to go up this cliff wall in a zigzag switchback road. And at the corner, every time you turn, is this old, weathered, horrid-looking statue of just like a fat little man with his arms crossed, staring. And it's kind of like, it's weird and it's weathered and it's ancient. And like the Rohirrim don't pay any attention to it because it's just old rocks to them. But Merry's having like some real weird feelings about these like rock statue men and just sort of this like, I wasn't prepared for there to be a third flavor of human beings in addition to the Rohirrim and the Gondorians. And like, he's not feeling it. So by the time they get to the top, he's just ready to like go sit down and also have dinner. They get to the top of the switchback road. They have seen sort of the entire encampment, the entire muster at this point. And Merry's sure that there are thousands of warriors here. Thousands. So, the Rohirrim are mustering. The Theoden's army is gathering. But for right now, it's dinner time. And
It's very important.
It is very important. So Theoden's got this big old kingly tent in the middle of camp on the top of the plateau, and Mary's and they're walking up, and Mary's got a little tent next to it. They set up for him because he's next to the king.
I'm envisioning one of those little like mini tents in Walmart that show you
like
what
a,
big
ca-
tents
a,
look
cas-
like
it's like a castle for like toddlers to play in.
for like cats.
Yeah. He's like, this is bullshit. But also, my first question when I read this was, what are you feeding? How are you preparing to feed thousands of people when you normally only maybe have hundreds?
Right.
I guess they each have to bring their own food, right?
Yep.
Stale bread.
Maybe.
This is why they say that logistics is an incredibly important part of war, because it is. Because you can gather 10,000 guys together, but if they don't have water or food, you know what you have? You have 10,000 people starving
You
slowly.
have 10,000 poops in the backyard.
Yeah, and that's all you got.
They're like geese.
Yeah. Jesus. All right, you too.
I just keep thinking of the Valley Forge Museum.
Yeah.
Where they had like the ration of rum and then the tiny bit of like grain and beef jerky, and that was it.
Yeah. The soldiers there that had to winter there with George Washington, the Revolutionary War, the conditions were fucking wretched, but they still got rum. They got more rum than bread.
Phoenixville's around the corner.
There you go.
There's always rum near Phoenixville.
Oh my God.
There it is.
That's the town after Valley Forge.
Yeah, they were like, the men are starving and cold, but we'll give them alcohol.
Yeah.
We'll give them libation.
Yeah. They'll stay for the booze.
Well, what I'm getting from this is that Lembas is the original MREs.
Right, but that's the good ones.
I know.
Yeah.
There's bad ones.
But
There's
it would
very
be
bad
perfect
ones.
if all of those soldiers had a little bit of Lembas bread.
A little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, they probably just have like a bunch of like twice baked bread, which is like basically just hardtack,
Hockey pucks.
which is hockey. Yeah, you just bake bread and like it's technically edible.
Why do they keep making things where you have to cook it twice? You're done. You're done once, and then they go do it again.
Twice as good.
Chicken, fried chicken,
Chicken
refried
fried
beans,
steak.
double cooked bread or whatever you said, double baked
I
bread.
was going to say, until you got to that double baked bread, all of those things are really yummy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what double baked bread is. It's funny because there consistently is a habit in history. Sorry to throw us off topic here, but there are people who make things and they go, "It's done," and somebody comes up and goes, "Do it again," and you're like, "All right, I didn't want to start over," and they're like, "No, I didn't say anything about starting over. Just cook the whole thing again."
Chris must be really hungry tonight.
Why does that keep happening?
I don't know.
Twice baked hobbit.
Ooh.
Well,
That's what Frodo and Sam are going for.
The first time is for flavor. The second time is to savor.
They didn't know to wash their hands before they made the food. So one bout of bad stomach issues, they were like, cook it twice.
What's
There it is.
that thing that happens when somebody doesn't wash their hands, cooks for people?
Dysentery.
Typhoid Mary.
Hepe, is that? It's the one that happened to Geno's.
Oh yeah,
Hep B?
Hepe.
No, it was
Hep B?
it was Hep A because I made a joke about it being hepatitis yay at the diner around the corner from you guys.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Oh yeah.
And
So
people
hepatitis-
died.
Yeah.
Shut down a whole Family Legacies restaurant in
People
2
died.
weeks because
Because
someone
somebody
didn't
didn't
wash.
wash
Somebody
their
didn't wash
hands
their hands.
before making a salad.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, Narstown.
Oh boy.
That boy.
Oh,
So-
no, town.
Hey, fun fact. Historically, disease kills way more soldiers than war.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, for this reason. You get all these people together. They're not very well fed. The water's dirty. There's very little like sanitation.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Close quarters.
What happens? Everybody's drinking out of the same stream. Well, some people are pissing in it upstream. Some people are shitting in it upstream. And what are you doing? You're just getting your water.
Yeah.
It's bad. So I guess all this is to say that like the muster of the Rohirrim has to happen fast because all these men will die of something other than combat.
They don't know about germs yet.
Germ, who's that? I fought him last year.
Probably an orc named Germ.
Yeah.
Hola, me llamo Germ.
Hola, germ.
Hi, my name is Germ Shit.
For right now, the food is good. And Theoden gets fed, and Éowyn and Éomer are there, and Mary's there. And basically, Mary is kind of fed up with like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. He was so happy when Theoden decided to bring him along because he was like, oh, thank God, I'm hooked into what's happening. Now I have a path. And he's realizing he doesn't know what the fuck that path is. He doesn't know where it leads. He doesn't know what's going on. He's basically just like, hey, question for the table. Where's Aragorn? Eowyn, where's Aragorn? He fucked off down the paths of the dead. And everybody's like, that's bad. Are you sure? She's like, yes, absolutely.
Positive.
He went down the path to the paths of the dead 2 days ago and he didn't go back. And Eomer's like, fuck. So he's done then. Well, so much for that. And Mary's like, what do you mean? What do you mean Aragorn's gone and Gimli's gone and Legolas is capital G gone?
What are the paths of the dead?
Right. What are the paths of the dead? And they're very helpfully, they say, we don't really know because, again, it's a door guarded by the dead. So nobody goes in and nothing comes out except ghosts and scariness. But we do have one good ghost story. Ooh. And yeah, and they tell the story of like,
So there's no fire, so it's just in the pitch black.
yeah, they're just
Because
sitting
they're hiding from the Nazgul.
Yeah.
That's even scarier. Like,
Who's talking? Who's telling the story?
Somebody just holds a candle under their face and their beard catches on fire.
Oh no.
no, Gandalf said no flame. There's nothing.
He said minimal flame.
I love the idea that this is in total darkness in the tent somewhere.
I know it's not for our listeners who are like diehard fans, but I just think it's funnier to imagine everyone in pitch black.
Stop touching me. I'm looking for the salt.
So they tell this ghost story in the pitch black.
Yeah. And it's about the paths of the dead. And what are they? Moral of the story is nobody knows because their story is that, the second king of the Rohirrim and his son were riding around the country, still checking things out. It's still a very new place. And they were looking for like fortresses to hide in and strong places up in the mountains, which is, clearly what they do. So it works. But they laid the groundwork for this way back in the day. And they found Dunharrow. And, they were kind of jazzed, like, oh, we got a pre-made fortress in the mountain. Let's go figure it out. And so they climb up to the top and they get to the part where there's just a door, a black door that bleeds fear and darkness and scary voices. And an ancient man was sitting next to the door. And the ancient man helpfully says to them, the way is closed. The way is closed. The dead keep it until the appointed time. And then when they go to ask the follow-up question of like, what are you talking about? The old man keels over dead. And that's it. That's the story. That's it.
Fucking falls on his face.
Yeah, he falls on his face, stone dead. And they're like, yeah, and nobody has ever gone in, except for the one guy went in one time. The king's son, Baldur, goes in and never came out. He got drunk. He made a boast about he's going to walk the paths of the dead. And that was the last time anyone ever tried. And that was like 500 years ago. So, Aragorn's dead. Gimli's dead. Legolas is dead. Sorry.
Somehow that was a comforting story for Eowyn.
Well, the whole point of it.
Supposed to be.
Right. Well, the whole point was like, Éomer asked like the very reasonable question. He's like, well, how does anybody know when the appointed time is unless they go find out? And the hanging implication is that maybe Aragorn was the guy who was going to go find out and the dead were done fucking around. But it would be a first and they're not going to hold out hope because that's not the kind of party this is.
I did love that theme throughout this whole chapter that hope keeps waning.
Yeah.
As time passes. It's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. So luckily for Merry, he doesn't get very long to sit with this idea that 3 of his 6 friends are dead because a herald, a rider from Gondor, from Minas Tirith arrives and they bring him to the king. And this messenger walks in the tent and Merry thinks it's Boromir for a second. Looks just like him. Well, that's because, to be fair, Merry can't tell 2 Gondorians apart because this is the second Gondorian he's ever seen.
Do all Gondorians look the same to you?
Are you all related?
Turns out, yes.
Yeah. Are you related to Boromir?
It made me think like, was
He could
Boromir a mistress's child?
Ooh.
I was like, ooh, the drama.
Well, didn't it say that Faramir and Boromir weren't full brothers?
No, they are full brothers, but Faramir inherited like
More of Denethor's magic.
and more of the Númenórean grandeur, and
Okay.
Boromir was all piss and vinegar. But he worked with what he had. So anyway, this herald walks in and he says, "No, I'm not Boromir. I'm Hirgon, and I'm here for Theoden. Theoden here." And
Gone.
and I'm gone. I'm out.
All this mustard
I'm
must
here.
be gone.
I'm gone. I'm here.
He's
Gone.
the perfect messenger. He's here and he's gone.
Oh my
I
god.
thought that was very intentional, which is hysterical.
That was very funny.
A messenger named Here Gone.
That is amazing. the things you learn talking about stuff and
It's
saying
like,
it out loud.
I could see Tolkien be like, "What should I call the messenger?" Like laughing to himself, like, "Ha ha ha! I got the name."
This will piss people off.
No, just like a little colloquial joke with himself.
You know what? I like puns.
Yeah.
So good. But what the messenger delivers to Theoden is a token of war, a call for aid from Gondor to Rohan. And it's delivered in the form of a token, the red arrow. Now, it's an arrow with black feathers and a red painted head. And he presents this thing to Theoden, who is shaken by it. Because in his entire life, this has never come to the mark. It's never come to Rohan. Because this is Gondor calling for aid. This is Gondor saying, we are in a moment of weakness. We need allies. We need your help. We need it immediately. We need post haste. Most haste. All the haste. Everything you've got. Everything you've got.
Please come, most haste. So everybody's like,
Uncome.
what did he say? Oh my God.
Can't take you anywhere, even our own home.
I live here.
I know.
I'm going to bleep that out. It was so vulgar. I don't want our fans to hear it.
Oh my God. That's saying something.
Seriously. But so Theoden receives this token and he's like, wow, it's cool that you brought this to me, but if you look around, like, you're day late and dollar short. Like, we are already mustering for war. So, like, what is the expectation here?
Why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here, basically? Like, what's going on? We already got the message from Gandalf. Now we got a message from Denethor. Does Denethor not know that we're ready, that we're coming? Like, what's going on? And the messenger's like, I can't speak to any of that, but he just said you should come immediately with everyone because Minas Tirith is going to be surrounded and besieged, and we should get as many of your guys inside the walls as possible, as fast as possible. And Theoden's like, that's not really our thing. We ride horses. Horses are not great at walking on tops of walls. Also, we just got the shit kicked out of us at Helm's Deep, and like it's been a bad couple of fights for us. So like, what does that mean to Denethor? What is he expecting? And the messenger says, Denethor commands nothing. He demands nothing. He just asks that you remember all of the ancient oaths and friendships. He asks that you come to Minas Tirith in its hour of need. He asks that you bring whatever you can. War is everywhere.
It's here now.
It's not, but it's not just here. It's coming to Rohan, but first it's in the north of the Daggerlad, north of the Black Gates. There's war and skirmishing all along the Anduin north. In the south, the Haradrim are coming up. They're threatening the entire coastline of Gondor, which, if you reference the map, is most of Gondor. And once these enemies overrun Minas Tirith and Gondor, they will come to you. At Minas Tirith will the doom of our time be decided. That's a cool statement,
Yeah.
and it's also something we've been hearing since Boromir's first line in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Did he say that?
But essentially that. He said Minas Tirith is the bulwark against Sauron. It's the long war they've been fighting.
Oh,
And
shnikes.
so we've been here. This has been the background to everything that's been happening for the last 600 pages. And now it's coming to a head. Now is the time. Now is the deciding factor.
Moment of truth.
The moment of truth. And Theoden says, again, we have been fighting. We've been losing. But now is not the time for prudence. Now is not the time to talk about why we can't go to war. I am coming to war. I could have brought 10,000 soldiers, 10,000 riders. But given our recent losses and the fact that I can't leave my country undefended entirely, I will bring 6,000 riders. And we will ride to Minas Tirith. And we will finish that process tomorrow, and it will take us a week to get there. And the Herald's like, oh, cool. So you'll be there to dance in the ruins of Minas Tirith and stop the goblins in the middle of their victory feast. Like that is way too long, man. We can't be having that. And this is a cool thing about this whole chapter is that Tolkien gives dates for everything. So remember when Aragorn looked into the Palantir and he said, I've seen it. The reason I have to make haste to the Paths of the Dead and take the Paths of the Dead specifically is because I have to get to Minas Tirith before 10 days.
Yeah.
Because that's when this city falls. A day and a week puts Theoden at like day 11 or 12.
Yikes.
So they don't know that necessarily. Aragorn did not impart this interesting future he saw in the Palantir.
Would have been helpful.
Sorry. So the herald doesn't really have a good response to that because he's like, with all haste. And Theoden's like, we're going to take our time because we have to have food and we can't arrive to a battle tired. Also, it's 300 miles away.
What's your macaron situation?
Right. Like, and Theoden's like, but you know what? This isn't the time to talk about any of this. The nighttime is not the right time. We will talk about war in the morning. I'm going to bed. Mary, go to bed. And so they do. They go to sleep.
And I had to think if this was Fellowship of the Ring, that is where the chapter would have ended.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're past that. We've
God
graduated.
damn it.
Yeah.
We no longer have a bedtime.
We're
Right.
allowed to cover multiple days in one chapter now.
Yeah.
In one sentence.
Yeah.
The morning starts with Mary being like shaken awake. Like, hey, get the fuck up. The king needs you. And Mary's like, I said I would get there at dawn. It's still dark out. And the guy's like, the sun didn't come up. You really just need to put your clothes on and come. We need you right now. When Mary arrives at the tent with the king and with Éomer, with Éowyn, and the original Herald of Gondor, there's now a second Herald of Gondor. A second rider has arrived. And they're like, what's up with this no dawn? And he's like, this shadow comes from Mordor. It comes from the east. It's been creeping westward. It has followed me here. And that's why there's no dawn. That's why the world is gray and muted. And so the herald tells Theoden, like, this is it. This is the war. It has begun. The battle has started. This is it. This is the opener. And that shakes all the rust off of Theoden. Because he's like, well, okay, fuck it. If it's on, it's on. There's no more hiding anymore. The first shot has been fired. There's no reason to creep around with no lights on. There's no reason to waste even a single minute. We were talking about food. You know what Theoden's next question is? How much food's in Minas Tirith? Because we're going to have to ride super light if we want to get there as fast as possible. So you have to be able to feed us when we get there. And the dude's like, got you. We're good. We've been planning for this a long time. And Theoden's like, okay, we're not waiting for anybody. Get everybody going right now. Like this moment. Éomer leaves the tent, walks outside, he kicks some people, horns start blowing, and everybody starts getting ready to go. And he turns to Mary and he says, Mary, I release you from my service. It's been great, but I'm not taking you to war.
It's not you. It's me.
It's not you. It's war.
You can stay with Éowyn. You're welcome to stay in my lands for as long as you want and do whatever you like. But you're not. He's being like, let go. We're
He's getting laid
restructuring.
off.
Sorry, it's war now. And what can we do? And Mary's like not having it. He's super upset. And Theoden shuts him down with like, we're not talking about this right now. I am the king. You're released from my service. I'm going to war. You're not.
Father says no.
Yeah. What do you do?
We're focused on profitability.
Oh, no. God damn. And to their credit, the Riders of Rohan, the warriors, the Rohirrim, everybody takes it really well. And they're just like, okay, it's time to go. I guess we're going.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of crying. There's not a lot of wailing. There's not a lot of like, why the fuck isn't there a son? Nobody's happy. People are subdued, but everybody's doing their duty because this was always going to be the start of a war.
This is the plan. This is the muster. This is why we're here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the plan is for them to first go to Edoras to gather up any stragglers, anybody who might have not gotten the message that, wait, sorry, the muster is actually at Dunharrow. But then they're going to Minas Tirith and they're going to run. And it's going to be way faster than Mary's little pony can go.
Poor little Stibba.
And all the warriors assemble along the side of the road. And the king starts at the back and their party moves up the road. And as they go up the road, the warriors peel off and kind of follow them up.
Like church funeral style.
Yes. Like like the emptying of the pews is as the king passes you, you get into line.
Yeah. Reverse airplane.
Reverse airplane.
Yeah.
And as they go out, Mary's with Theoden. He's still at a place of honor at the king's side. And they get towards the end of the line. And he just happens to make eye contact with this one young warrior with these like dead gray eyes. These are eyes that hold no hope to knowingly go to death. And so they ride this way all the way in this like glooming darkness to Edoras, where they pick up like 60 guys who didn't get the message. And they take a quick break and Theoden turns to Merry and is like, this is it. End of the line for you, bud. You can stay here. And Merry's like, no, I'm not going to be baggage. I'm not here to be left behind. I have a sword. I have armor and a helmet because Aragorn asked that Merry be armed and Éowyn did it. So he's got arms and armor. He's a little soldier. He's ready to roll. And he wants to go. And why, Theoden, did you take me into your service if not for me to fight for you and with you? Because remember, Merry was ready to kill for Theoden before he really knew what was going on. Theoden says, I took you into my service to protect you. And this is also to protect you. You are a small hobbit on a small pony. And in the war we're going to fight, the battles we're going to, honestly, what can you hope to accomplish? And Merry's like, I don't know. I can't answer that. We won't know unless I go. And Theoden's like, again, we're not talking about this anymore.
He's making a pretty convincing story.
Right.
Like on his side.
Because, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Who knows what will happen? Theoden's like, I know what will happen. You won't get there in time because you're going to ride a tiny pony.
I know what's going to happen. You're going to die.
Right. And Merry's like, fine, I'll hang on to somebody. Yeah. I'll hang off a saddle. I'll fucking walk there and I'll show up weeks late and you'll all be dead.
Tie me to a horse.
Yeah. Put me in a bag somewhere.
Yeah. He's already gone for an orc back ride. How different could it be?
Right. But Theoden is like, we're not talking about this. It's over. It's done. You stay. My house, my rules. Everybody get ready. And all around him, the 6,000 warriors that are going to Minas Tirith start getting their gear together, start getting back on their horses. They took a break at Edoras, but it was only a break. And as Merry's kind of like dealing with this, like he's going to be left here, somebody comes up behind him and is like, hey, heard you want to go to war. You want to ride there, bud?
Like a drug dealer?
Yeah. Like, hey.
Heard you're looking for some war?
Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way. And Merry looks up and it's that warrior with the dead fucking eyes. And he's like, what? And this warrior's like, if you want to go where Theoden goes and you want to go fight, I'll take you with me. You can sit on my horse in front of me and I'll cover you with a cloak and we'll go. And we will both go to this war. And Merry's like overwhelmed. And he's like, thank you. Thank you. I don't actually know your name though. And the warrior looks at him and is like, oh, you don't? Well, then you can call me Dernhelm.
Yes.
And Merry's like, cool, rad. Where do we go? Shh, we're going right now. And they do. They hop on the horse together. The cloak goes over and they ride out like everyone else. The other 6,000 warriors, they get lost in the crowd. And again, Theoden has business. He's got war on his mind. They have to ride. And my God, do they have to ride? Because now they have to cover 300 miles as quickly as possible. And that's a hell of a distance. And Tolkien again does this thing where he kind of like, they ride for a day and nothing, and then they ride for a day. But as they've approached the westernmost part of Gondor, right, as they get near the border, they get single riders like riding into the column, just like wild people out of the country, talking about there's war, there's orcs, there's a host of Sauron north of the Entwash, north of the river, north of the swamps, coming westward into Rohan from the northeast. And Éomer is like, there is no time. The die is cast. We must continue. There is no turning aside. And that's fucked up because Theoden is leaving his country to be invaded again. But he's left 4,000 of his 10,000 men behind for this reason. And that's all he can do is hope that those 4,000 men do their job. Everyone else has to ride
That's
east.
about as many people as they had at Helm's Deep.
It's more.
Maybe more, right?
It's more.
So yeah, I mean, that's a good amount of people he left behind to kind of guard. It may not be enough.
Right.
But it's not nothing. I appreciated him being like, I'm not sending everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I have to protect this a little bit.
Right. I'm king of everybody, not just the ground I'm on.
Yeah.
Tolkien tells us that the Rohirrim ride for 5 days. And as they ride, the hope of every warrior fades each passing day. Because the king is leaving his kingdom while it's under invasion. Because as they ride eastward towards Minas Tirith to do battle with the entirety of the east, not just Sauron and his orcs, not just the Haradrim, not just Sauron, but all the armies he's marshaled. And as they ride, they pass the Beacon Hills, where the fires were lit for the muster of Gondor. But those fires are dead. and cold and dark. And as they ride eastward towards Minas Tirith, every mile, the shadow gets deeper and it gets darker, and they ride into it. And that's where the chapter ends.
Okay, so the Muster of Rohan, I gotta say,
Fucking rad.
really, really, really great chapter. And
I did not agree.
After listening, well,
I didn't love it.
Unmarried.
Sorry.
Glass Shield.
There were parts you didn't like as well, Chris. And you said
I was
that at
going
the
to
very
say there's
beginning.
parts I didn't like, but I liked the chapter, but there's parts I didn't like. That's different than saying I didn't like the chapter, but there were parts I liked.
Mhm.
Right. The thing though that is that we had such a false start.
What?
The first paragraph of this is written both beautifully and terribly at the exact same time.
The first sentence is fucking great.
What's the second sentence?
Said Pippin.
Yes.
No.
Is
It,
Pippin in this chapter?
No.
No. So why the fuck are we talking about Pippin?
it was the simultaneous timeline. Let
It
us
syncs
know.
up the timelines.
Can you read that? Somebody with a book, read that sentence right now and tell me if this makes sense.
And even as Pippin stood at the great gate of the city and saw the prince of Dol Amroth ride in with his banners, the king of Rohan came down out of the hills.
Yeah.
It's establishing that those two moments are happening at the exact same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I actually like
didn't
that.
need to.
True. I felt like the whole chapter didn't
What do you
really
mean
need
it
to
didn't
happen.
need to? You guys didn't even know where we were.
Because of that line.
That line did really fuck me up.
RJ and I sat for 5 minutes reading it out loud to each other because as soon as we started, I went, pause, and I stopped it and I said, is it talking about Merry or Pippin? Because Pippin is not with the king of Rohan.
Right.
So
And it says, as Pippin stands watching the prince of
Well, and even as
Dartmouth
Pippin stood, it's past
walk
tense.
out, so rides, so whatever. And I was like, okay.
maybe you have a point, because I do have a post-it note with the timeline written
All
on
right,
it.
what's that? Talk to me about that.
So the interesting thing about Tolkien, again, for everybody, is that he didn't invent a new calendar. So everything is done in quote unquote Shire reckoning, which uses our normal calendar, 365 days, months, weeks, whatever. So in the reckoning of the Shire, on March 6th, Aragorn looks into the Palantir, reclaims it from Sauron, reveals himself, and then comes out and says, we got 10 days until Minas Tirith falls.
Okay.
So that now means March 16th is the last day that is the death day of Minas Tirith.
10 days?
10 days from the 6th.
Yeah.
10 days from the moment he looks
March
in the
16th
Palantir.
is death day. Got it.
Death day.
Thank you for saying
So
that.
then 2 days after that is when Aragorn goes down the paths of the dead.
March 8th.
8th. And then the next day is when Merry, Theoden, Éomer, and the rest of the party gets to Dunharrow.
They get to
Okay.
Dunharrow on the 9th.
9th. Then on the 10th is that morning is the Dawnless Day and the muster.
The Dawnless Day
So
and
shit,
the
they're
muster.
arriving on the 15th.
Then they ride for 5 days and they're set to arrive on the 15th,
The day before.
Wow.
the day before that Aragorn foresaw.
The pre-death day.
Yes.
Wow.
Death Day -1.
Death Day Eve.
Yes.
Do they do presents?
Yes, it's skulls,
Yeah.
but it's your friends.
Oh.
That's dark. I don't like this. Change it.
Oh, that's wild.
I had to read it a couple times to be like,
And yet she
Okay.
fucking smugly looked at me 5 minutes ago and says, they were setting up that it was happening at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
I
because she
figured it
worked
out.
really hard.
Yeah, I thought a lot about it.
That's my point. It's hard to figure it out.
Oh, Chris.
What side are you on?
This is where the cool kids sit.
Anyway.
I thought the whole chapter was like, we didn't learn anything new.
We learned 3 things new. First, Merry loses his job with a pink slip at 6 a.m.
Okay, but he still ends up going the same place. So
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's new. That's new.
In secret.
2, we learn the identity of the dead person that Aragorn comes across.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was
Brain,
going to bring
I'm
that up.
assuming.
Yeah, Brago.
I was
am
going to bring that
correct?
up. Not
Correct in my
Brago.
assumption on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baldor.
Baldor.
And,
Baldor, son of Brago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
And 3, we learned that when old guys die at the gate of the paths of the dead, the first thing that happens is they're going to smash their nose as they fall forward.
Well, yeah.
None of these are essential to the plot. I'm just saying.
I mean,
If we had skipped this chapter,
you're talking about
and just been
essential to the
like,
plot. Can we
hey.
go back in time to when a willow tree ate Merry and Pippin? Was
that
that
was so
essential
cool.
to the plot?
That was so
no.
cool.
How
No.
about when a big hairy man confiscated them for fucking 72 hours in the woods? Was that essential to the plot? No.
Goldberry is pretty cool, though.
What's essential to the plot? The plot
No.
doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
What I'm saying is, if we had skipped this chapter and just been like, okay, Theoden and Merry and the Rohirrim are here now, like not much would have changed in my understanding of the plot.
So,
But so much would have been lost.
Yeah, they are.
You're right. There is a lot of character development and world building, for sure.
They're
But if
setting
there
up
is
so
a-
much.
if there is a way to describe the way in which plot moves, and let's say on a yardstick, every little tick is the plot moving forward.
Yeah.
We may have only gone 3 inches in this chapter, but it described the anticipation of this plot
Of like
change.
6 inches.
Of like it was a solid 6 inches.
There we go.
Chris loved
It
it.
was above average.
I think the parlance is a thoroughly adequate wienering. You can sit with
I'm
that
trying
for
to
a
bring us
second.
back from where she was coming in. Yeah, you guys,
You know?
that's it. That's all I got.
All right, never mind.
Speaking of wienering, did anyone else find it like a
Where is
really
this
fun
going?
role reversal that Éomer was cautioning the wizened old king from battle and killing himself? Éomer was like, "Slow down, Grandpa." Even though I know he's not his grandfather, he was like, "You should have just ride
His
out
uncle,
recklessly."
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just, but it's like he's like talking to your elder, being like,
uncle.
"You should be more cautious. You
Grunkle.
should take a rest. You're old. Like, what? What if something
Yeah.
happened to you?" And Theoden's like, "Yeah, I want something to happen to me. I'm tired of being coddled and like put under a spell and sitting around doing nothing with my
Always a
life."
king,
Éomer-
never a corpse.
Yeah, Aramir's like, listen, there's a good chance that something could happen to you if you come out with us.
Theoden's like, that's why I'm
And
going.
Theoden's like, what time are you leaving? Exactly.
What do you think this party's for?
Yeah.
I've been planning my own funeral for months.
Well, because Theoden has a very good point because he says like great things are going to happen,
Yes.
and if I die, well, who gives a shit?
Well, basically, he says, "What grief will it be, even if I fall, spending my last strength?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
He's
I love that
expecting
part.
it. He's
I love that
expected it
part.
for a long time now.
Yeah.
right. Because if we win, cool stories about Theoden. If we lose, who gives a shit?
I
Yeah.
don't care. I'm
Yeah,
dead.
he wants agency. He wants to go out on his own terms.
Sure. Yeah.
As
Absolutely.
he tells Éowyn and Merry to sit it out.
Right.
Oh,
That's another parallel to this moment. This is
Yes.
setting up a great conflict later in this chapter.
Yeah, he's like a little bit sexist. And he's a little bit tallest.
He just has
Righteous.
a warrior's perspective. He's like, and now obviously Mary's on a child, but he's saying like the women and the children have to stay behind and the men will go fight the battle. That's like the mythology of this time.
the women and the hobbits.
But and also the Hobbit is better for storytelling and food and being a companion, not a warrior. He can't even fit on the horses.
Yeah, it's like a football
I-
coach.
I got the terrible feeling that Mary was being treated more like a jester.
Or a child.
Oh,
Well,
I agree
in
with
his
what you're saying.
service
I agree with what
to
you're saying.
Theoden, he was being treated like a storyteller, a jester, like
Entertainment.
Entertain me. They called him an esquire, but he was like, entertain me with your stories of the Shire. And then as soon as shit hit the fan, he was like, you are released from my service. Goodbye.
Well, like
That felt terrible.
Well, I'd like to bring up something you just said, which is something I looked up. After several chapters of being like Esquire, I know what an Esquire is. Do I know what an Esquire is?
It's a lawyer,
So
obviously.
let me. No, I looked it up, and it was like 1, lawyer, 2, a young nobleman who, in training for knighthood, acts as an attendant to the knight.
Oh, yeah.
Esquire is a different way to say squire,
yeah.
right?
No.
So, yeah,
No,
yeah. An attendant to a
Squire has a silent e in the beginning.
I'm dying inside.
You made Pat's voice crack.
I don't know what to do with this motion. How did you do this to me?
I know what makes you tick.
I didn't know I was angry about
I know
that.
your yardstick very well.
Oh my God.
I think he may know you better than you know yourself.
Jesus Christ.
My
What just
God.
happened to me? I'm sweating.
My
These two
face
men
is
could
red.
not be any redder.
I
If you're not watching.
I started a podcast just so I could tell jokes about Pat on the air. You know?
I thought this was going to be a serious literary endeavor.
It's a drunk book club. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. You were saying Esquire and Esquire.
No.
I was
face.
not. Okay, no, I got to get this back on track.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those ancient statues, right?
That was so cool.
Right, the things that Mary, as they rode up,
They were one of my favorite things.
They were very cool.
they were right, but we don't know fuck all about them except they're called Púkel-men,
Púkel.
and the Rohirrim don't pay any attention to them.
It's really interesting that like Mary is so entertained by these statues. To be fair, the way that they are described is almost grotesque.
Yes, pot-bellied, squatting men with their like arms crossed
Huge
over their.
and clumsy-limbed, squatting cross-legged with their stumpy arms folded on fat bellies.
Yes.
They reminded me of some of the town folk from Dragon Ball Z, the old show.
I was thinking Buddha
I don't know
stones.
if-
Yeah, I was thinking like awful
Yeah,
Buddhas, like
Yeah.
Did
evil
you guys
Buddha.
watch Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
No.
Nah, that explains it. But there were a lot of like characters like that just sort of had like old village folk vibes
Yeah.
Mm.
with like the monk, you know, sort
The
of like
beads and all.
beads
Yeah.
and like
Interesting.
very jolly,
Well, yeah,
short, fat characters.
Yeah, the happy Buddha is fat.
Yeah.
It's a very weird thing, and it's described as being part of this like pre-Gondorian culture.
Yeah.
So the Rohirrim don't pay any attention to it because it's just another weird fucking thing about this weird evil valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've not understood them as long as they have been there. Nobody that they know or descended from has any information about them.
They have one story.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's one line that says, the Rohirrim heeded them little, for no power or terror was left in them meaning the statues.
I like that.
But Mary gazed at them with wonder and a feeling almost a pity as they loomed up mournfully in the dusk. So there's just these remnants of a lost civilization in time. And so the new generation are like, they're like, these are nothing.
This speaks to so much of the world currently,
Yes.
right?
And it's like Mary can see them with these fresh eyes and see that it's like this forgotten thing from a generation gone. And even though he doesn't understand it, he sees it in wonder. I mean, it makes him sad because they are forgotten and they're ruined, and most of their faces are worn off. So they just have these dark holes instead of eyes. It just looks sad, and it really strikes him because that
And,
could
like-
be the future of Gondor if they don't fucking hurry up.
It could be the future of
Yeah.
all of them.
Right.
And like storytelling and like legacies is so important to these cultures that we're reading about. And so the fact that that culture is gone and forgotten is it's a lot. It's a lot to comprehend.
Well, maybe they were assholes.
Could be.
They were assholes. This is the culture of the oath breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the men who
There
built
might
this
have been
place.
a choice to forget.
That's true.
Probably.
point.
Well, because
Or they all died because they broke their oath.
right because
Well,
they were cursed.
Died.
No, they it
Didn't
was
fully
bad.
die.
They just got ghosted.
Yeah.
I thought it was really like a fun, again, role reversal, a flip on the fact that like everybody treats Mary like he's this foreign cool thing. And Mary's in this part of the world where he's like, I've never seen anything like this. No one I've ever talked to has ever seen anything like this.
Mhm.
And he's the same to the people watching him see these things.
Yeah.
He's
It's
out of his
neat.
element.
Yeah, I mean, it's this like it's an example of Tolkien's writing where the world is old and layered, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
There's something that comes up shortly after this where they talk about sundered.
Mm.
Hmm.
The only other time I've heard that word sundered is when we play the Lord of the Rings board game at our house. And
Journeys through Middle Earth. It's fucking rad.
Journeys Middle
It's so
Earth is
good.
awesome. And I've never heard sundered before, but that's a way of attacking in that game. You can sunder
Mhm.
somebody, an enemy.
Usually an orc.
And it breaks their armor.
Do you know what sundered means?
Like to break.
No.
Based on the context clues, of when they use it, I thought it was like to split like
It's
a path.
to split in half.
Oh, break asunder.
Right. So it's not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
to break something, it's to
Specific.
specifically separate it in half.
Interesting.
So if you're sundering an enemy, you are cutting them into
Splitting
two.
that shit
Like, so Hammer got sundered.
Oh.
Yeah.
multiple times.
Multiple times to the point where it became Hewed,
Shit.
you know?
Hewn.
Hang on. I too have a link to Journeys Through Middle Earth from
Yeah?
this chapter.
Okay.
That same page, they said that Aragorn had been in a fey mood.
Yes.
And that was one of my cards because I play Aragorn in that game.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what that means. Did I ever look it up? No. I just kind of assumed it was like the
to be
otherworldly
fair, I
type.
do that all the time.
of
I go,
Fae.
not going to look this up. Then I
Yeah.
move on.
I was just like, well, that's an interesting card. What does it do? But like, I thought it was like, okay, an otherworldly kind of fae. No, when I finally looked it up today, fae can also mean like destined to die.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so that describes Aragorn so
Whoa.
fucking well in this moment.
Yeah.
Now I realize why they
crazy.
took that phrase and made a card out of it for the game.
Right.
Wow.
Because like at first you always think it means like a fairy or it's like a higher
I
power
thought it was a
being.
fairy thing.
But one of my favorite definitions of it is also a death-seeking frenzy.
Ooh.
Like, so it could be when they say a fey mood, that means like a death-seeking frenzy.
Yeah.
Theoden.
So that's why Eowyn's.
Theoden.
That's why
That son
Eowyn
of a bitch.
says that. She's like, I thought he was in a fey mood.
That was so cool. I
Yeah.
just loved all those things coming together for me.
I'm so
Remember
glad
that?
you
Do you
looked that
guys
up. I was actually going to say that.
Did you guys ever hear that song? I think it was the 90s, and it goes, "Do you want to die?"
Oh my God.
Yes.
And then Theoden's like, "Yes."
Yes. So I want to, before we leave Dunharrow and before we move on, I want to talk a little bit about that because Tolkien is a deliberate person. He makes choices. Like we laughed about how Hirgon is a funny name for a messenger,
Yeah.
here and gone. But Dunharrow is a specific choice for the fortress place town at the base of the haunted mountain.
Okay.
It's two words, Dunharrow. Dun meaning like dark. Harrow meaning like a harrowing experience, like a bad, unpleasant, traumatic experience.
Mhm.
That's the name of this fucking place, right?
Dark and harrowing.
Right. And what is it? Why is it called that? Well, because it's the opening to the paths of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing beats a jet to holiday.
Harrow.
Harrow. It's just like villagers like running from ghosts, like
Well, like that and like the broken teeth path and like all this shit, right?
and
Like
then you
the-
just see the fat statues that are grotesque. Yeah.
So the broken teeth were like these like smaller standing stones that led to or were part of the Path of the Dead.
Yeah, it was the one that Aragorn and the Grey Company took. It was the
Yeah.
unshaped stones up
So
the
like
middle.
they're there. They're on the beginning of the Path of
Yeah.
the Dead, which is pretty cool.
It is neat.
And like just the fact that they look like teeth.
Mhm.
Oh, they're gonna get et.
Yup, they're going to get
They're
it.
gonna get chewed up.
Oh my gosh.
So what's neat though is that we learn this chapter about the identity of the armored skeleton.
Oh, I love
inside
that.
the paths of the dead.
That was cool.
We learn that it's the son of Brago. Brago being the second king of the Rohirrim, who explored the place and they got the riddle with the old man who just fell on his face and
Is
whatever.
there any way that this could be related to Baldur's Gate, which is that video game that just came out?
Okay, so
Wait,
kind
just
of, but
came
not.
out?
Yeah.
Just came out. This guy,
Baldur's Gate. It's been a
ancient.
video game since like the 2000s.
No, what? No, go back. Baldur's Gate
Am I
4
wrong?
is
Even
when
longer.
D&D got popular and sexy.
I thought Baldur's Gate was like a new thing.
No, the
I
new
don't know.
one, the new Baldur's Gate is like the
Is that
best.
an old franchise?
Yeah,
I never heard of it.
It's like it's
Played
one
it on
of
like
the.
the PS2.
It's one.
Yeah,
all
that's when
books.
I played it.
Books. So real quick, it's one of the most famous Dungeons and Dragons IPs because way back in the day, Wizards of the Coast put out a contest for like, hey, if you have a cool world that you've built, Tolkien would have won this contest hands down, by the way. If you have a cool world that you built, send us everything you have and we'll publish it if yours is the best. So this guy who'd been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like 25 years was like, here's my 25 encyclopedias of this world I made.
So this came out in 1998.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes,
It was an RPG developed by BioWare.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, BioWare. That's old shit. So yeah, it's Baldur's Gate. So the one that you guys are probably all
Set in
familiar
the
with,
Forgotten Realms.
Forgotten Realms. Yeah, that was the winning thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
That's not Baldur.
no. Well, Baldur's Gate. Baldur is actually a Norse god.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes.
It's spelled with a U, not an O. Baldur.
Yeah,
that's a
Baldur.
different thing.
But it's this whole thing, and Tolkien loves word games.
I feel
so-
like that Norse god is in God of War.
right.
And I feel like I've met Baldur somewhere.
So we have Baldur, Baldir, but we have son of Brago.
Who's Brago?
I want to bring up Brago because when I read that, I was like, there was a worm in my brain going, Brago. Do you guys know where that comes from in the like Tolkien thing? Do you know what I'm getting at? Good guess. Very good guess. Brago does not appear in the movies,
Okay.
Right.
but a Brago is in the movies. They give Aragorn a horse in the movies, and the horse's name in the movies is Brago.
Really?
Yeah, because he whispers to the horse like Brago, and that's
Oh my God. Yeah.
and so Viggo Mortensen loves horses, right? And he forms this really like deep bond with the horse that is Brago.
He has
had-
excellent taste.
At the end of the movies, he's like, I want that horse. He adopts that horse.
Yeah.
So his
Dang.
horse, Aragorn's horse in the movies is Viggo's horse in real life.
Well, he probably dead now.
Vigo.
It's been a bit. It's been a couple of years.
How long do horses live? 20 years?
30 is a pretty
30?
respectable age.
Ancient.
Wow, really?
30 is
Yeah.
ancient for a horse.
It's a
30 is
respectable age.
ancient.
They can
No,
live to
most
40.
horses get shot before they're 15.
Jesus,
Oh,
Pat.
jeez.
What? Am I wrong?
Not true.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong.
I feel like the red hour is a very significant thing that's written in the chapter.
Mhm.
And it carries weight, obviously, when it's presented. I feel like we're missing the moment where Denethor gets the red arrow out.
Mm.
And it's like, it's time. And the people in Gondor are like, are you sure?
Mhm.
Like, I feel like that moment would have been better in like, and one of the earlier chapters, like presented as like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if they had introduced the red arrow before we actually saw it.
Yeah. Like it feels like the GIF scene when we leave Lothlorien, where you receive an item from somebody of significance, but we don't have the time spent with them to really give a shit.
Right.
I bet you it got edited out because his first draft was like 3,000 pages long.
Probably. I mean, it could have
I'm
happened.
assuming like it happened in chapter 1 when he saw how little people were sent to him after the
Yeah.
beacons were lit. And he was like, shit,
Yeah.
I got not even half the number I asked for. And then I'm just assuming the scene got deleted there where he was like, bring me the red arrow.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
but-
mean?
but-
Fuck.
Let me
Yeah.
paint a picture for you, because think about how amazing it would have been if while Pippin was talking, Pippin notices an arrow being painted red.
Or just like somebody riding like hell through the streets.
Well,
With like a crate full of red arrows.
Oh my God. Well, so like I have like two big thoughts on that. One, Tolkien doesn't really do that to us very often though, right? He doesn't show us something without explaining it. He shows it to us in the moment and gives us an explanation of it. And it's kind of weird. It's just one more thing lost in the
there's
background.
usually a payoff with him. There's a broken sword. The sword is reforged. There's a cloak that camouflages you. Oh my God! Thank God you have something that camouflages you from the thing hunting you. Like there's always an A to a B, and sometimes he skips B and he goes A to C.
He definitely does that. But the bigger thing is like we already know that Gondor is calling for aid.
Yeah.
We know that because we've been in Gandalf and Pippin's scenes. We've seen the beacon lights go. That's the bigger payoff.
Yeah.
The red arrow is a very cool piece of world building, but all it does is reinforce this idea that Gondor is going to war and pulling everybody they can find.
Agreed.
But to your point, right? And I think what you're getting at, it feels like a couple of fucking weeks too late.
Yeah.
Right?
It feels like what's next? They're gonna have an orange ticket.
The golden ticket.
Yeah. Like, and then finally in chapter 5, they're gonna have the brown sage fucking sack.
Yeah, you get
Like it's just it's an inanimate object that's given weight to mean something. I'm right there with Théoden being like, what do you want from me? I'm ready to rock. We're ready to go. We're on our way.
I was a little confused by that whole interaction between Theoden and the messenger. The messenger was like, oh, here's the red arrow. We need your help now. And Theoden's like, well, don't you know we're a spread out community and it takes a very long time to get all our soldiers together. And the guy's like, well, I don't know. Whatever. Denethor should know this. And he's like, well, good news for you. We've already done that. It's like, what are we talking about here? It was a confusing conversation to me.
So in hindsight, though, in discussion, though, doesn't this highlight just how important Gandalf is to everything that's happening?
Yeah, it does.
Because without Gandalf, shit would be too late. It would be a day late and a dollar short.
It would be a day late and a dollar short, but everything that's happening would be more impactful.
It kind of feels like two chess players to me. Like Gandalf's the white side and Sauron's the black side.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Gandalf's doing? He's spoiling everything.
He's just the king of spoilers.
He is.
He has to get his moves in motion.
Two people flirting, and he's walking up and going, you know he likes you, right? Just talk. And he's walking away. He's going up to somebody else and going, dump his ass. He's no good. And then he's walking up to somebody else going,
She's single now.
They were talking shit about you behind your back, so I wouldn't trust him. Hey, he's just going around fucking spoiling everything. He's not letting anything play out normal speed, normal time.
They don't have normal time.
Yeah.
I remember a time I walked up to somebody's girlfriend and I said, the only reason he likes you is because you look like his ex.
Oh, that's a total
brutal.
Gandalf move.
I was like 17.
Gandalf was like, I'm dealing with you because I like Bilbo, and you remind me of Bilbo.
Oh, fuck.
You fucking little hobbit dickhead. Another thing that's really funny that happened is there's a moment where Théoden is like, okay, we're going to go now. Get everybody together. We're leaving now.
Changed my mind. No.
And he says, let the riders be marshaled.
Yeah.
However, I had worked all weekend, long hours.
Mhm.
I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I read it as let the riders be marshmallowed.
Oh, roasted on the pit. That's just Smeagol.
And I had to go back. I had to pause it and go back, and I went, no, there's no way he said marshmallowed. And I was like, Marshall, that's right. I read it wrong. Okay, sounds good. I want to talk about the song that they sing for Thane and Thengol's son and Theoden and whatever the fuck it is. It's long, it's obnoxious, it doesn't rhyme at all. But we got a song.
We did.
And I was saying last week I missed the songs. And we got it. We didn't need it.
Well, because all of our songs are normally about the past. This one's about the future.
This one is being sung in the future about what is happening right now.
The funny thing is,
I was
that was
like,
cool.
spoiler Tolkien, how
It
are there
was.
songs if the world's over?
You are insinuating that there are still humans in the future.
I was like, spoilers! Spoilers!
yeah, it was really interesting because the way that the paragraph before is written, it's like Mary is like, listen, I need to do something. I need to be valiant. Everyone in the fellowship has gone to war except me.
Mhm.
And I
Even
can't
Pippin.
be dismissed from war. I'm by your side, Théoden. And when they write songs about this, I don't want to be known as the person who didn't join you. I don't want to be cast aside in the songs. And then Tolkien has a little laugh. And he goes, pause. Here's the song they write about Théoden's ride. And there's
Mary's
no
not in-
mention of Mary. They don't even say that he didn't do shit. They just don't even mention him at all. And then it cuts back to Mary, and he's like, "Yeah, gotta do something. Gotta stay a part of the song."
Yep.
And you're like, "You don't make it, buddy."
There ain't no hobletier in the song.
Yeah.
God, that's so fucked up.
Yeah,
Narrator,
yeah.
Mary was left out.
yeah, exactly.
And in the history of time, he was forgotten.
yeah.
Moving right along.
So I just thought that was really, really funny how that,
that
played
is
out.
holy
I didn't
shit.
even notice that.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
We had a good chuckle about that when we were reading it.
God, that's fun.
You know what's really interesting though? Right after this happens, they talk about the Wald of Rohan.
The wold?
Wald?
Yeah.
The Wald is a big scary.
The wold is full of marriage.
Yeah, marriage.
And love.
WOLD, the Wald of Rohan. Do you know what that means?
What is the Wald?
The Wald is a piece of high, open, uncultivated land, otherwise known as a moor.
Ooh.
Right.
The moors of Rohan.
Open ground, horse country.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chris.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, that is.
New word.
Yeah. There's this.
Your vocabulary is expanding so much from these
Well,
books.
it's funny because I was talking to my lawyer today and I was like, so in the world of Chris. And he was like, shut your fucking mouth. And I was like, sounds good.
In court, you will shut the fuck up.
And I was like, listen.
You're like, okay, sorry, Esquire.
Esquire. Do you know
Silent
about
S.
the vegans?
Oh my God. But it's funny that you say that because, again, Tolkien is a linguist. He loves words. He builds these things into everything. Every name is important.
Every name, every world, every world.
Every world. I mean, it is. It is. No, truly, it is. There's significance in
The
every name.
world of Tolkien.
Well, speaking of great names for characters, we have to talk about Dernhelm.
Oh my God, yes.
Dern-
Yes.
I love the way this character is introduced. I love that first Mary notices them just in the crowd, looking dejected and like they're just riding to their death, and points out their gray eyes. Mary's having a careless whisper, and then this person sneaks up behind him and whispers in his ear, "You wish to go whither the Lord of the Mark goes. I see it in your face." And Mary says, "I do." And then they say, "Then you shall go with me." Mary says, "Thank you indeed. Thank you, sir, though I do not know your name." And the writer says then, "Do you not?" And is actually kind of taken aback. And then says, "Well, then fine, call me Dernhelm," which, do you guys know the definition of Dernhelm?
Yes.
No.
No.
Take it away, Pat.
I know helm is like helmet.
Right.
So we're calling
Helm
people
is
hats
helmet.
again.
So it's somebody with a helmet on. Dern is an Old English or Scottish word that means secret or hidden.
Yes.
What?
Yup.
Hidden head.
So he has a secret hat?
Secret face.
It might mean that he has a small head.
That's
But there's a lot
disappointing.
of context clues here, which are really great. This is going to be a really fun payoff. Is all I'm
But
gonna
I
say.
want to know, yeah.
Like
he
what?
says, call me Dernhelm, secret helmet. But who is he really?
So they say, "I don't know your name,"
Yeah.
and then they're saying, "Oh, you don't?" Insinuating maybe they do, and then they go, "Well,
Yeah.
fine. Then you may call me a secret, like a hidden,
helmet.
like a hidden face."
Yeah. Heidi helmet.
Heidi helmet.
Like a secret
Interesting.
face, so a
Hidey
secret
hat.
person that's hiding behind a helm.
That's really fun because I would not have picked up on that had you not brought that up.
Helm starts with H. Hammer starts with H. It's Hammer, guys. It's
Ham
Hammer.
Back
starts
from the
with
dead.
H.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, we have an
Ham-fast.
army of the dead. Why can't we have a Hammer of the dead?
No, but I just think it's really, really clever the way he chose that character's name as hidden helm or secret helm, or I like to say face too because that could also be interchangeable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to Tolkien choosing his words very carefully. They all matter, even when they're made up.
Also, and one last thing at the very end of the chapter, they start naming off the names of the Beacon Hills. And I was like, oh, finally, all that lore and history and geography of chapter 1 paid off. Because when they said the 5 names, I said, oh, they only said 5 beacons, not 7. So they almost got to Gondor. They have 2 more beacons till they reach Gondor. I knew exactly where we were for once. I knew exactly how far they traveled. And just because he didn't mention the last 2 names, I was like, look at that.
Well, I didn't.
Yo,
I
this
want
girl's
to-
on
my God. Where are we?
They're on the road.
You guys are like,
They're going east.
what?
If only they told us where we are. And she's like, they said exactly where we are.
RJ's like, I will point you out on the map within a 50-yard radius. And you guys are like, what country are we in?
Yep.
You guys, the most important
fucking
thing
rad.
is that Theoden has his priorities straight.
He wants to die.
But first,
First, he wants to eat.
All right. Yeah.
And so much he even says to the guy, hey, what's your treat situation? That
That's right. Right. Before we talk about war, what'd you bring in for treats?
Yeah, it was a treat situation. So do we have a treat?
We have such a cool treat.
All right, let's
Yay, I
fucking go.
can't
I want a
wait.
treat right now. So very clearly, these are Urukai penises.
oh my God.
Thank you, Chris.
I noticed the circumcision.
That makes all of my baking experience feel so good.
Oh no. So for people who are only listening to this nightmare,
It is a nightmare right now. I hate this.
Laura has made a chocolate-covered treat that is the red arrow.
Thank you. It is the red arrow.
It's a series of red arrows. It's a clutch of red arrows.
Yeah,
it's not
there's
just
really
the one.
should only be one, but I figured we might each want to have one for ourselves.
Yeah.
A chocolate-covered pretzel rod,
Mhm.
and I made little black feathers out of dark chocolate, and I stuck those on the end. And then the red tip of the arrow is, of course, a strawberry.
Ooh.
This arrow would fly to the right because it has only 2 feathers on
Listen.
it.
Chocolate work is very difficult.
Okay, Legolas.
And
it
adding a
cake?
third arrow, adding a third feather would have been fucking impossible.
I like the idea of Boromir getting shot up with arrows going, is it cake?
Is it cake?
Because Shire goes, but it's an arrow cake. I'm like, no, you've been shy. He's like, oh, another arrow. Is that one cake? No, you're dying.
The thing I discovered shortly after starting these was that all pretzel rods are not straight. They have a slight curve to them.
Well, Pat and I
Well,
could've
these are
told you that.
ceremonial. These are ceremonial arrows. I don't think they really actually fire the red arrows.
That's good because they wouldn't fire. Wow.
That was sweet.
That happened.
Yeah, how was it?
Chris
It's
just
very
fed
good.
Pat.
Yeah,
What?
I said Chris just fed Pat.
that's right.
More
Of course I
accurately,
did.
Pat just bit the tip off of Chris's arrow.
Yeah, but everybody's cool with it.
It was consensual.
Spit it out quick! Spit it out! I come!
Don't choke my husband.
Well, Laura, should we also partake in these
Here you go. You
arrows?
got the rest of this one.
Thanks.
Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 Yay. Now
It's
everybody,
very sweet. It's nice.
it's a pretzel rod with dark chocolate.
Is this homemade chocolate on it? No.
I do not make my own chocolate.
No,
I
but
know
it's,
you, I wouldn't be
surprised.
but it's Ghirardelli, which is better.
Oh, nice.
It's high quality chocolate.
Mhm.
We got milk chocolate on the middle, and then dark chocolate for the feathers, which are meant to
The
be
fletching.
black.
These are really yummy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The feathers are nice.
Dude, these would be so good with peanut butter.
Are there more of them?
Yeah. Well, not more.
No, not for you. I gotta say, chocolate covered pretzels are from heaven.
Can't go wrong.
It's great.
Yeah, these are
They're
so
delicious.
good.
They're from Gondor.
They're from Gondor. They truly are such a gift to humanity.
Mhm.
Are you sure? It's a call to war. There's 6,000 people. They're not all going home.
Yeah.
These are one of my favorite treats so far. They're
You
so
were
good.
You're supposed to,
Thank you.
you're supposed to laugh.
It is a male privilege. I don't have to.
What the shit? I don't know what they're talking about, but I heard something about male privilege.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'll figure it out tomorrow.
I can do anything I want. Male privilege.
Well, thank you all so much for listening
Boys
and
will be
watching
boys.
as always. I'm just
What's
kidding.
big girls?
Next week it will be just me and RJ.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think it's important that we recognize one thing before we end this podcast, which is that
Wait, is this the last episode?
We're ending the podcast right now.
What a cliffhanger.
We're going to war.
Sorry, chumps.
So I think it's important. Damn, girl, you spit all over me.
Yeah, you got her. You got her. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not into a microphone.
No, is that what are you from the Wild West?
Oh, that's
The court of the saloon.
oh my god. Actual spit takes are few and far between, but we get them. By God, do we get them? And it turns out Laura's a spitter.
We can't.
Coming home with you.
So if there's one thing that I learned this whole chapter, it's that when you are presented with the red arrow, which is the signal for going to war,
Yep.
you have two choices. One, you prepare the men, you prepare the horses, you say goodbye to your loved ones, and you prepare to die.
Mhm.
Or you just eat it
You
and
just
it
eat
goes
it.
away.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Can you imagine that?
It would
Mary,
be great.
I kept you here for a reason. Eat this.
Oh my God.
Théoden should think twice about next time he's got one of these in front of him. You know, he could just eat it like a pretzel rod.
Is it made of wood? Is it made of pretzel? Only one way to find out.
Is pretzel made of wood? Find out next week on Fool of a Took.
Well, like, so they say don't shoot the messenger, right? But if you do, who's gonna know?
Yeah. Who came? I think the messenger came up with that phrase. Don't shoot the messenger. Everybody's like, that's catchy. He's like, yeah, it is. I know. Don't shoot me.
Please don't shoot me.
Right? It's not my fault.
Not my fault. But listen, honestly, chapter 3, The Return of the King, decent chapter, lots of good.
Great chapter.
A couple questionable things happened.
Amazing.
More
things.
importantly is that we are on a path to destruction.
Yeah.
I am interested in where this is going to go. I am pumped. I am excited.
Mhm.
So far, The Return of the King is fantastic.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the name of the next chapter is?
Yes.
What is it? The Soup of Middle Earth.
It's chapter 4 of book 5, The Siege of Gondor.
Get the fuck out! Yo, get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't-
I feel like that came way too fast.
It doesn't-
There's a whole book left.
It doesn't.
She says that a lot.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Full of a Took. This has been a wonderful one to talk about. I especially appreciated it when I had chocolate covered pretzels to eat. That was my favorite part by far. Anyway, we got another chapter next week. Once again, chapter 4 of book 5.
The Siege of Gondor.
Oh,
Yo, boys, we in it.
it's getting real.
Don't shit on the carpet.
Person, no.
Oh, she's
no.
pooping right now. I feel like that's it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Cut.
All right.